A very good afternoon to one and all. Today we are going to discuss about linear programming problems by using graphical method. So how to solve the problem by using graphical method in using linear programming. So that we are going to discuss now. And before knowing that, we have already discussed about how we need to formulate LPP, right? How you need to formulate, how, what is the objectivity function, constraints, how you have to write. So either it may be a maximization problem or minimization problem or non-negativity constraints, how you have to write. Already we have discussed in the previous session, and I have said many examples also that how you need to formulate. So when once it is formulated, you need to solve. Okay, you need, why? Because you need to get the solution, right? So the feasible solutions that we need to get. So to get the feasible solutions, you need to solve that. Generally, we used to solve in two methods. In your syllabus, we have two methods to solve LPP. One is graphical method, and the other one is simplex method. Graphical, the other one is simplex, right? So these are the two methods which you follow, right? Now, in today's session, we used to discuss about how you solve the problem using graphical method. Using graphical method, okay? So let us see in detail about this one. Graphical method. So in your exam also, if this problem has been given, you need to solve it using a graph. Graph will be given for this problem if they give you this question. You also buy a small graph. Okay. So before knowing about this procedure, how to solve linear programming using graphical method, first we will discuss how, in where you need to use this graphical method. Okay, so generally this graphical method is limited to the linear programming models containing of only two decision variables. So in the problem, if you have only two decision variables, then it is easy for us. We can solve the problem using graphical method. In the previous problems, we have discussed, right, x1, x2, only x1 plus x2 or 3x1 plus 2x2. How many variables that we have taken, mother? You have taken only two variables. x1 is one variable and x2 is another decision variable, right? So these two variables. So graphical method can be solved if there are only two decision variables. If there are more than two decision variables, it is not possible to solve the problem using graphical method. Then you need to move with simplex method. So that is the thing that you have to remember, ma. When we use graphical method, when we should use simplex method. If there are only two variables in the problem, you can go with graphical method. If there are more than two variables, you can't solve it with graphical method. It is compulsory that you need to move with simplex method. So in the problem, generally, if they want to ask about the graphical method, they will ask if you want to solve the problem using solve the problem using graphical method. In that way, they used to ask you. But this is the thing that you need to remember, ma. Or if there are only two decision variables, then we use this graphical method. If there are more than two variables, you can't solve it with graphical method. That is the major limitation. Okay, so this is about the limitation. Now let us see the procedure. How to solve the linear programming problems using graphical method. So there are some steps. This is very important, ma. You need to write down this procedure. In step 1, first what you have to do is convert each inequality as an equation. Inequalities, right? We used to write the constraints x1 plus 3x2 greater than or equal to 24 or less than or equal to 32. Something we used to write some equations, some inequalities, right? And those inequalities are converted into equations. That is the first step that we have to do. Each inequality, whatever that we frame in the constraints, need to be converted into equations. That is x1 plus 3x2 greater than or equal to 24. That is an inequality, right? And that you need to convert into equation. That is x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 24. That is the equation. Equal to 24. That is the equation. So each inequality which is there in the formulation that we have made, each inequality is converted into equation. That is done in step 1. Next, step 2, plot each equation on the graph, that is by using the corner points. So there are two variables, right? x1 and x2. First, what you have to do is let x1 is equal to 0 and find the value of x2 value. And next, let x2 is equal to 0, then find the value of x1. So for each and every equation, you used to find the corner points and those are to be plotted on a graph. Those are to be plotted on a graph. That is done in step 2. And in step 3, shade the feasible region. Shade the feasible region. So when once the points has been plotted, you need to shade the feasible region. What is a feasible region? That is set of all possible solutions that we get. Feasible region in the sense set of all possible solutions. Whatever the possible answers that we get, that is being called as a feasible region. So that is to be shaded in step 3. And in next step 4, compute the coordinates of the corner points which has been there in the feasible region. Compute the coordinates of the corner points of the feasible region. So these corner points used to represent the feasible solution. So whatever the corner points that will be there, those used to represent the feasible solution. What is feasible solution here? If it satisfies all the constraints and non-negativity constraints. So if you, so whatever the constraints that are being there and also non-negativity constraint, that is x1 comma x2 greater than or equal to 0, if it satisfies all these, that is said to be a feasible solution. That is said to be a feasible solution, right? And next in step 5, substitute the coordinates of the corner points into the objective function. To see which gives the optimal value. So whatever the corner points that you have been identified, those corner points need to be substituted in the objective function. Objective function means either it is maximize z is equal to 2x1 plus 3x2 or minimize z is equal to 4x1 plus 3x2. That we used to write, right? Objective function. So these x1, x2 values which we have been identified need to be substituted in the objective function. Okay, and it gives an optimal value. So if you substitute the corner points into the objective function, that is maximize z or minimize z, whatever it may be, then it gives the optimal value. Then you can see that you will get an optimal value. and that optimal value will be the optimal solution. That optimal value will be the optimal solution, right? Optimal solution in the sense, if it optimizes, that is optimization, we know that maximize profit or minimize cost. So maximize or minimize the objective function. That is called as optimal solution. And in this, we have unbounded solution also. That is, if the value of the objective function can be increased or decreased indefinitely, such solutions are said to be unbounded solutions. Optimal, generally we get only optimal solution, right? And the other one is inconsistent solution. It means that the solution of the problem does not exist. You don't get a solution. Okay, so then that is it to be inconsistent solution. You can write it as inconsistent solution. Okay, so you get three solutions. One is optimal solution, that is either you get maximization or minimization of the objective function. And the other one is unbounded solution, that is if the value of objective function can be increased or can be decreased also. It can be decreased also. The value can be or decreased indefinitely. And that is said to be unbounded solution, or other one is inconsistent, that is you do not get solution to the problem. That means that there is no common feasible reason. So in the problem, if there is no common feasible reason, that is answer, that solution is said to be inconsistent solution. So like this, we get three types of solutions. Okay, optimal solution is the best one. And next, what is a feasibility? We are discussing about feasibility, right, in the previous slides. What is a feasibility? Feasibility, according to the dictionary, feasibility means possibility. Feasibility means possibility. So the region of acceptable values of the decision variables in relation to the given constraints, in relation to the given constraints and the non-negativity restrictions also. So that you need to always keep in mind the non-negativity restrictions and the region of the acceptable values of the decision variable. So whenever you are plotting the values, so the region which is being accepted according to the decision variables in relation to the given constraint, ichina constraints ద్వారా డెసిషన్ వేరియబుల్స్ లో యాక్సెప్టబుల్ వాల్యూస్ యొక్క రీజియన్ ఏ విధంగా ఉంది అని చెప్పేదే ఫీజిబుల్ రీజియన్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద పాసిబిలిటీ? ఓకే, సో నెక్స్ట్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఆప్టిమల్ సొల్యూషన్? Optimal solution, if it is the feasibility solution which tries to optimize, feasibility solution which tries to optimize, that is provides the most beneficial result for the specified objective function. It provides the most beneficial result for the specified objective function. For example, if the objective function is profit, that is, then the optimal solution is the coordinate giving maximum profit of Z. Maximum profit Z. So that is, if the objective function that what you have wrote in profits, then you get the maximum value Z. If similarly the objective function is related to cost, then the optimum solution is the coordinate giving the minimum value of Z. So when you plot the corner points in the objective function, if the problem is related to maximization, you need to choose the maximum value of Z. If the problem is related to minimization problem, you need to choose the minimum value of Z. You need to choose the minimum value of Z. So that is called as optimal solution. That is called as optimal solution, right? So this is also the procedure that what we have written. So first step, what you have to do, ma, consider the inequality equations, inequality constraints into equations. This is the first step. Whatever the inequality constraints are there, those need to be converted into equations. And next, step 2, plot each equation on the graph. Plot each equation on the graph that geometrically it needs to represent a straight line. So whenever you are plotting x1 and x2 values, it needs to represent a straight line. That you have to remember. And next, step 3, mark the region. Mark the region. If the inequality constraint corresponding to that line is less than or equal to, then the region below the lining in the first quadrant, below the lining must be done in the first constraint. Why? Because due to non-negativity of the variables that is being shaded. For example, in the constraint, whenever the constraint is being there, if it is, the constraint is converted into equation and you find the points, right? x1 and x2 values, you will find out, right? If the values, that is, if the constraints are less than or equal to, then you need to shade the line below the quadrant, line below. And in the same way, for the inequality constraint, if it is greater than or equal to sign, if it is greater than or equal to sign, then the region above the line in the first quadrant is to be shaded. So the x1, x2 you used to write, in that you used to plot the values and you draw it in a straight line. Okay, then you need to shade the feasible region. Then how do you shade means based upon the equations. So if the equation, if the constraint is less than or equal to, shade below the first quadrant. If the constraint is greater than or equal to, the straight line is there, no, shade the above one, shade the above one. So that is important in this one. Okay, so the common region, the points lying in the common region used to satisfy all the constraints simultaneously. So that common region is said to be feasible region. That common region for all the constraints you have to write, right? So that is called as feasible region. And in step 4, assign an arbitrary value. That is, say 0 for the objective function. First, anything, the origin, right? First, you need to assign an arbitrary value, that is 0 for the objective function. And next, draw a straight line to represent the objective function. So for anything, you need to assign the arbitrary value. That value is 0. And next, based on that, you get a value. Then draw a straight line. Draw a straight line to represent the objective function with the arbitrary value. That is a straight line from the origin. Straight line through the origin. And the next step is stretch the objective function line till the extreme points of the feasible region. So you can stretch it also by where it is up to the extreme points where you can see up to extreme points of the feasible region also you can stretch it. You can stretch it. So in the maximization case, this line will stop further from the origin. So if it is a maximization problem, it stops at the origin and passes through at least one corner of the feasible region. It used to pass through one corner of the feasible region. In case of minimization, this line will stop at nearest to the origin. This line will stop at nearest to the origin and it will be passing at least one corner of the feasible region. It will be passing at one corner of the feasible region. So that you need to take care. So in maximization, it will be stopped farthest from the origin. But in case of minimization, it will stop nearest to the origin. It will stop at nearest to the origin. That you need to remember. So this if you plot x1 and x2, If it is a maximization problem, the feasible region will be somewhere else, farthest from the origin. If it is a minimization problem, it will be nearest to the origin. That only you have to remember. That you have to remember. Okay. Next, in step 7, find the coordinates of the extreme points. Find the coordinates of the extreme points selected in step 6. So you have plotted step 6, right? In that you need to find the extreme points and you need to find the maximum or minimum value of set. If your problem is given maximum, you need to select the maximum value. If the problem is related to minimum, you need to get the minimum value. You need to get the minimum value. So one thing you please note that when the optimal value occur at the corner point of the feasible region, then you can stop calculating the value of objective function. You can stop calculating the value of the objective function of the corner points of the feasible region, and you can select one which gives the optimal solution. Then if you once it is the corner points has been occurred, then you can stop it, and in that you need to substitute the values. And in the case of maximization problem, the optimal point which corresponds to the corner point at which the objective function has a maximum value. So maximum value ఏ కార్నర్ పాయింట్ కి అయితే ఉంటుందో అది maximization problem లో optimal point. If in case it is a minimization problem, the corner point which gives the objective function the minimum value as the optimal solution. The minimum value as the optimal solution. So this is the procedure for how to solve the linear programming by using graphical method. Now let us see the problem. If you see this problem, you will be easily understandable. So I'll start telling the problem. Just please understand carefully. In a big motor and truck manufacturing industry, there are 2 factories. In a big motor and truck manufacturing industry, there are 2 factories. Okay. In the first factory, it basically assembles the parts. So what is that, ma? There is a big factory, ma, and big industry, motor and truck manufacturing industry is there. In that industry, we have 2 factories. In the first factory, it used to assemble the parts. It used to assemble the parts, and 5 man days are worked on each truck. See that I have highlighted also. 5 man days and 5 working hours are 5 man days are worked on each truck, while 2 man days are worked in each motor. 2 man days ante it take 2 days ani. Okay, 2 days it will take, 2 working days ani. So in the first factory, assembling parts are being made. So if you work on each truck, it takes how many man days, ma? 5 man days. And for motor, each motor it takes 2 man days in the first factory. And in the second factory, it basically does the job of finishing 3 man days are worked on each truck as well as on each motor. So when you come to the second factory, the finishing has been done for truck and motor. For each truck and motor, how many days it takes? How many man days it will take, ma? 3 man days each. That is 3 days for truck, 3 days for motor. So due to limitation of workers and machines, the first factory operates 180 man days in a week. So there are some limitations of workers as well as machines also, so that the first factory used to operate 180 man days in a week, while the second factory operates 135 man days in a week. 135 man days in a week. So this is about the problem. So if the manufacturer earns, 3,000 rupees on each truck, while 2,000 rupees on each motor, state how many trucks and motors should be manufactured. Should be manufactured. So this is the problem. So there is an industry which used to manufacture motors and trucks. So in that industry, there are two factories. Okay. So the first factory, what it does, it basically assembles the parts. It basically assembles the parts. And the parts and assembling anta oka factory lo jarugutundi. In the second factory, what will be do then? Finishing. Finishing will be done in second factory. Assembling will be done, assembled parts will be done in, it use అంటే different parts అన్నిటిని assemble చేస్తారు. So that is being done in first factory and finishing part is done in second factory. So when you come to the first factory, they used to assemble trucks and motors. They used to assemble trucks and motors. For trucks, it takes 5 man days to assemble. And for motor, it takes 2 man days to assemble. 2 man days to assemble. In the second factory, what will be doing there, ma? Finishing will be there in second part. So in this, for truck, it takes 3 man days for finishing as well as 3 man days for motor also. So finishing matram equal ga jarugutundi. 3 days for motor and truck. So there are some limitations of workers. Workers takku mandi unnaru, or machines factory lo machines takku undatam valla the first factory used to operate only 180 man days in a week. And whereas the second factory tries to operate 135 man days in a week. It used to operate 135 man days in a week. So if the manufacturer tries to earn 3,000 rupees on each truck and 2,000 rupees on each motor, state how many trucks and motors should be manufactured. అసలు ఎన్ని మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చర్ చేయాలి, ఎన్ని ట్రక్స్ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చర్ చేయాలి, ఎన్ని మోటార్స్ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చర్ చేయాలి చెప్పమన్నాడు. And he got the profit of 3,000 rupees on each truck and he got 2,000 rupees on each motor. So this is the problem that they have given. So how many trucks and how many motors should be manufactured? That is the problem that we have to you have to find out. Did you understand first of all the problem? Problem arthamainda? Tell me whether this problem is related to maximization or minimization. Whether this problem is related to maximization or minimization. You can type me in chat box also. Here they have given about earns. The manufacturer earns. Earns in the sense he is earning, right? Profits. So the problem is related to profits. So the profits are being given in the problem. So this problem is related to maximization problem. That, did you understand that one? The problem is related to maximization problem. So now let us write the same. So let the manufacturer produce two products, ma. One is motors and the other one is trucks, right? One is motors and the other one is trucks. So let X1 be motors and X2 be trucks. Let X1 be motors. There are two products, right? One is motors and the other one is trucks. So I think motors be X1 and X2 be trucks. So now write the maximization function, ma. How you write? Max Z is equal to X1 is motors, right? So how much here X1? Motor X1 is 2,000, right? So 2,000 X1 plus 3,000 for truck, right? So 3,000 X2. Maximize Z is equal to 2,000 X1 plus 3000 x2. Did you understand, ma, the maximization, how I have wrote that objective function? Maximize z is equal to 2000 x1 plus 3000 x2. You can also write, madam, here 3000 is there first. Why can't we write? You can, if you take truck as x1, if you take truck as x1, you can write 3000 x1 plus if you take motor as x2, you can write 2000 x2. That is not a problem. Whatever the thing that you read, but you have to remember in all the problems that x1 must be truck, x2 must be motor. That you have to remember. So I have taken x1 as motors and x2 as trucks. So maximize z is equal to 2000 x1 plus 3000 x2. And the first factory has 180 man days, right? The first factory is having how many man days, ma? 180 man days. Did they given anything? So 5 man days for truck and 2 man days for motor. 2 man days for motor. So what I wrote here? 2 plus 5x2 less than or equal to 180. 2x1 plus 5x2 less than or equal to 180. So for the first factor, it is 180, right? So for 180, how many days are required? 2 man days for motor and 5 man days for truck. So 2x1 plus 5x2 less than or equal to 180. Less than or equal to 180. How can you note less than or equal to that? What they said, due to some limitations, they have to work for they have the mission. The first factory operates 180 man days in a week. So nothing is there. So that you have written less than or equal to 2x1 plus 5x2 less than or equal to 180. And the next one, the second factory requires how many man days, ma? How many man days? 135. So 135. And what they said in the problem? For each one, it requires 3 man days. For finishing, how many days it requires for truck and motor? 3 man days. So 3x1 plus 3x2 less than or equal to 135. 3x1 plus 3x2 less than or equal to 135. Did you understand up to here the constraints that we have here? And next, what you have to write, non-negativity constraints. x1 comma x2 must always be greater than or equal to 0. Greater than or equal to 0. So this is the what the formulation has been made. Maximize z is equal to 2000 x1 plus 3000 x2 subject to 2x1 plus 5x2 less than or equal to 180. 3x1 plus 3x2 less than or equal to 135. x1 comma x2 greater than or equal to 0. So this is how you formulated from this problem. Up to now, do you have any doubts? This we know, right? So you have solved this one. Yes. Now we will solve this. It is just framing, right? You have formulated. And now the actual solution is there. See, this is the first one. To show the solution by using graphical method. See, to show the inequality constraint of the first factory. First, let us take the first equation, that is 2x1 plus 5x2 less than or equal to 180. This we need to plot it on the graph. So to plot this equation on the graph, this inequality needs, what is the first step? Inequality constraint need to be converted into equation to find out the two corner points. So 2x1 plus 5x2 less than or equal to 180 is converted into equation, that is 2x1 plus 5x2 is equal to 180. The first step, right, when you want to solve in graphical method, the first inequality constraint need to be converted into equation, right? So 2x1 plus 5x2 is equal to 180. Let it be equation 1. Let it be equation 1. So now you need to find the points for this. So for this, what you do is, you need to take the arbitrary value, let it be 0. So first, from this equation, let x1 is equal to 0. And then find the value of x2. Let x1 is equal to 0 and find the value of 0. So substitute this in equation 1. So this is the equation 1, right? 2x1 plus 5x2 is equal to 180. So first మనం ఏమనుకున్నామా, let x1 be 0. Let x1 be 0. Substitute this one. 2 into 0 plus 5x2 is equal to 180. 5x2 is equal to 180. So 2 into 0 is equal to 0. 5x2 is equal to 180. x2 is equal to 180 by 5, that is equal to 36. So if x1 is equal to 0, then the value of x2 is what? 36. Then the value of x2 is 36. This is in equation 1. So first equation 1, equation cheyangane what we have to do, ma? Let x1 is equal to 0 and find the value of x2. Let x1 is equal to 0 and then find the value of x2. Then you got 2 points. x1 is equal to 0, x2 is equal to 36. Next. In the same equation, let x2 is equal to 0. ఇదే equation లో in the first x1 0 అనుకున్నాం కదా. Now let x2 is equal to 0, then find the value of x1. Let x2 is equal to 0, then find the value of x1. So 2x1 plus 5 into 0 is equal to 180. x2 0 అనుకున్నాం కాబట్టి you have substitute that in equation 1. 5 into 0 is equal to 180. So 2x1 is equal to 180. x1 is equal to 180 by 2, that is equal to 90. That is equal to 90. So x1 entama 90 when x2 is equal to 0. When x2 is equal to 0. So the equation 2x1 plus 5x2 is equal to 180. It passes through 0, 36 and 90, 0. 0, corner points కనుక్కోవాలి కదా ప్రతి equation కి. Now with this we have find it two corner points. One is 0, 36 and the other one is 90, 0. How did you got that one, ma? In the equation let x1 is equal to 0 and find the value of x2. And next for the same equation let x2 is equal to 0 and find the value of x1. Find the value of x1. ఇలా substitute చేస్తే ఆ equations లో you will get two corner points, x1, x2, x1, x2. So in this way you get two corner points. And the next one, same, solve the inequality constraint of second factory. Second factory ఏంటమ్మా 3x1 plus 3x2 less than or equal to 135. దీనికి కూడా సేమ్ అలాగే కనుక్కోవాలి. So first this inequality constraint need to be converted into equation, that is 3x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 135, is equal to 135. Let it be equation 2. Let it be equation 2. In the same equation, you write let x1 is equal, you see same in the previous thing you have written now. Let x1 is equal to 0, then find the value of x2. Substitute in equation 2. So first let x1 is equal to 0, ma, and then find the value of x2. So 3 into 0 plus 3x2 is equal to 135. 3 into 0 is 0. 3x2 is equal to 135. x2 is equal to 135 by 3, that is equal to 45. So x1 value 0 అయితే x2 value ఎంతమ్మా 45. If x1 is equal to 0, then x2 value is 45. And in the same way, for the same equation, let x2 is equal to 0. Let x2 is equal to 0, then find the value of x1. Then find the value of x1. So 3x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 135. Lo x2 0 anukundam. So 3x1 plus 3 into 0 is equal to 135. 3x1 is equal to, 3 into 0 is 0. 3x1 is equal to 135. x1 is equal to 135 by 3, that is equal to 45. So x1 is equal to 45, then x2 is equal to what, ma? 0. So the equation 3x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 135 passes through 0, 45, 45, 0, 0, 45 and 45, 0. So for each equation you have identified the corner points you have identified. So we have two equations, right? For those two equations, you have identified the corner points. So this is for 2x1 plus 5x2 is equal to 180. It passes through the values what mark? 0, 36, 90, 0. In the same way, for 3x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 135, it passes through 0, 45 and 45, 0. So for each equation, you have identified two corner points, right? Up to here, did you understand, Ra? Did you understand? Yeah. See, now you need to plot it. So just I have simply made this, but you need to make this with the graph lo veyalama ఇది actual గా. So first let it be this x-axis be x1 ma, y-axis be x2. You think anytime x-axis is x1, y-axis is x2. So then generally there are points that we have wrote 10, 20, 30 up to 90, 10, 20, 30 up to 90. So first we will plot the values. So for first equation, this is the first equation, right? 2x1 plus 5x2 is equal to 180. So for this, what are the values that we need to plot? 0, 36. 0, so let x1, 0, 36 and entamma here, 0, 36 in the sense x1, x2. If x1 is equal to 0, see that if x1, జాగ్రత్తగా చూడండి అమ్మా, if x1 is equal to 0, then what is the value of x2 ma? 36. So the point that you have to frame is here 0, 36. Let it be a, point anukundam. 0, 36. Did you understand how to plot that value in the graph? 0, here 0 is x1, 36 is x2, right? So 0, 36 that you have plotted here. And the next value is for the same equation is 90, 0. So let x, here 90 means x1. So in x1, where is 90? Here. 90 and x2 value entama? 0. x2 value. So you need to plot here. You need to plot here. So that is a red mark. I have put the red mark, right? So that you have to put, let it be B, 90, 0. So this, put a straight line. Put a straight line from here to here. X2 to x1, put a straight line. So this line is related to which equation, ma? This line. It is just nenu maamuluga pettanama. This is like arrow mark. This line, only this one line is there. So this line is related to which equation? 2x1 plus 5x2 is equal to 180, right? And next, take the other equation. So what is the other equation, ma? 3x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 135. Put the values 0, 45, 45, 0. So first corner point plot cheddam. 0 for x1, 45 for x2. Ikkadena? Is it here? This point, right? 0, 45. And the other point is 45 for x1 and 0 for x2. 45, 0. This is the point. Red mark lo undi kada. This is the point. 45, 0. Let it be D. Let it be D. Okay. So this equation is related to which one? 3x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 135. Then this equation is related to A and B equation. Denik sambandh, A and B points denik sambandhinchindamma? 2x1 plus 5x2 is equal to 180. And this is related to 3x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 135. Up to here, do you have any doubts? And next, find the intersecting point. See here, AB and CD kalustundi kada. There is some corner point. This is the point, right? So this point, ante meeku ikkada correct ga raakapochumma, in your graph you will get exactly. When you put a straight line, wherever the intersection is done between these two equations, let it be P. Let it be. Meer edaina anukochu. You can make it as R also. P, Q, edaina oka value. A intersecting value ni let it be P and identify the value. Identify the value. So where it has been met. See that. In x1 it has been met at 15 and in x2 it has been met at 30. 15, 30. Okay, ma, in this you may not see properly. Why? Because the variations are different here and here. But the intersecting point for these two, you will get at here. That is 15, 30. 15, 30. Let it be P. Let it be P. Okay, now you need to, after this is called the value. The corner points vachayamma. See, have you seen the corner points here? A, C, P, B, D. ఇందులో కార్నర్ పాయింట్స్ ఏదో చూడాలి. ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ యూ నీడ్ టు షేడ్ ద ఫీజిబుల్ రీజియన్. యూ నీడ్ టు షేడ్ the feasible region. How do you share this feasible region? One thing remember, ma, when you are writing this equation, wait, I'll tell you. See here, if it is less than or equal to, you need to shade below. You need to shade below. Is this also less than or equal to, right? You need to share below here. So these are the straight lines, right? You have put, if it is less than or equal to problem, right? So below the lines you need to shade, and ikkada shade chesukovali manam. If it is greater than, you need to shade here, ma. You need to shade here. Okay, so our problem is related to less than or equal to, so we have shaded here. So where you have shaded, where the corner points come. Corner points C na A na ikkada manaki A. So A, P, D. So this is the corner points. O in the sense origin. O, D, P, and A. O, D, P, and A. This is the feasible region. This is the feasible region. I think you understood the feasible region, ma. And see, now you have came to know the feasible region is ODPA, right? O, D, P, A. Okay, so we get P value as P is the point of intersection of lines. So the value of P is, the points are 15, 30. So whatever you get, that also you can write. Okay, now we should, you have find the feasible region, right? Now you have to, with the feasible region, you have to, feasible region is at ODPA. Now you have to find the optimal solution. So we have to find out the value of Z here. Now later on, now we have to find out the value of Z for the shaded area ODPA. So what is the value of Z, ma? We know the equation, right? Maximize, where we have written first, right? Maximize Z is equal to 2000 x1 plus 3000 x2. So this is the thing. Z is equal to 2000 x1 plus 3000 x2. First, O, you take origin O. O in the sense, it takes x1, x2 values always will be 0 there, right? So substitute in this equation. Let at 0, at origin 0, 0, substitute. So Z is equal to 2000 into 0 plus 3000 into 0. We get the value as 0. And next at D, here, right? O you have to find at D. So what is the value of D? 45, 0. 45, 0. So D value is 45, 0. And what is the value of P here? What is the value of P, ma, here? 15, 30. 15, 30. And what is the value of A? What are the points? 0, 36. 0, 36, right? So now these 45 and 0 are x1 and x2. So substitute these two values in Z equation, in this one. So find out the value of Z with the use of these points. So already you have find it out 0. Z is equal to 0. The next at D, 45, 0, Z is equal to 2000 into 45 plus 3000 into 0. That is, what is the value, ma? So 3000 into 0 is 0. 2000 into 45 is 90,000. And in the same way at P, 15, 30, Z is equal to 2000 into 15 plus 3000 into 30. 2000 into 50 plus 3000 into 30. So what is the value you get? 1,20,000. 1,20,000. And at A 0, 36, at A 0, 36, the value of Z is equal to 2000 into 0 plus 3000 into 36, and you get the value 1,08,000. 1,08,000. So this is how you find it out, the values that you have substituted, the corner points in Z. Okay, among this, you got one as 0, 90,000, 1,20,000, and 1,08,000. Now you need to find the feasible solution, right? So these are the 4 values that you got. In all the answer, only one will be the answer, right? For optimal solution will be the answer. So for maximization problem, among these values, whichever will be the maximum value, that is the optimal solution. So you have 4, 0, 90,000, 1,20,000 and 1,08,000. Which is maximum? 1,20,000, right? So this is the maximum. So I have wrote already maximum value. Maximum value. So this is the solution. Maximum. This is the optimal value. So ekkada ఏ చేస్తే ఎక్కువ ప్రాఫిట్స్ వస్తాయి, ఎందుకు maximum value తీసుకున్నామా? This problem is related to maximization or minimization? Maximization, so that we have taken maximum value. If the problem is minimization, the least value will be taken in this one. Among these 4, the least value will be taken. So our problem is related to maximization, so that maximum value will be taken. So see that the maximum value will lies at which point, which corner point? That is P. At P it used to lie. So that is 15 and 30. 15 and 30. Hence the maximum profit that the manufacturer gets is that is equal to 2000 into 15 plus 3000 into 30. That is 1,20,000. 1,20,000 rupees. So మీరు ఇచ్చిన సజెషన్ ఏంటమ్మా? It can be suggested that the manufacturer should manufacture, that is to get profits, he needs to manufacture 15 motors, that is here 15, right? 15 motors and 30 trucks, and 30 trucks to maximize the profits, and 13 trucks to maximize the profits. I think you understood well. Just a minute. So wherever that you got the profit, that corner points are the things that you can make. That is x1, x2, right? Ante motors anukunnam. X2 in the sense it is trucks, right? So the manufacturer can make 15 motors and 30 trucks to get maximum profits. Ekko profits ravalante varaniki enni cheyalamma? He has to manufacture 15 motors and 30 trucks. This is very important that you have to write in answer. If you write only this one, you will get 10 marks. Or else, if you don't find this Z value and if you just stop it here, also you will get only 6 marks. You will get only 6 marks. So this is how you will write. Okay, ma? Hope you understood. Thank you, ma. Thank you, one and all.